Hey everybody, before we get into this video talking about the two improvised scenes, one with Doctor Strange and one with Andrew Garfield, we have a question for you. Our question has to do with the remaining Marvel superheroes that we have. So Iron Man, Captain America are out, or some of the other people like Black Widow are out. Who is your favorite Marvel superhero? Let us know in the comments below, and if you do so, we'll be sure to give you a like. Now let's get started. Well guys, I know you probably have already heard about Andrew Garfield's improvised scene, although we do have some details we'd like to add to that very element. We do have an interesting insight about a scene that had to do with Benedict Cumberbatch, aka Doctor Strange. Now, one of the strong points of Spider-Man No Way Home, and actually some of the actors and actresses that came to the film, is that improvisation is encouraged massively in these films. This is something that allows the characters to enter their character even deeper, to the extent where they say, I don't actually think my character would say this, or act this way, or behave this way, or choose to do this thing, or this thing that might be really cool to add. We actually just saw an interview where Andrew Garfield had majorly improvised in most of his Amazing Spider-Man scenes, which is something that makes the character even more unique. It makes me sad that maybe the Amazing Spider-Man films weren't the best written films, but Andrew Garfield just saying, hey, that moment where I walked through the traffic to meet Emma Stone, that was me. Like, that was my idea. Hey, all knives are my weakness. That was his idea. I really liked those moments. But then to kind of find out that even Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange has some improvised moments as well. Something about him being a strident, straightforward character with, more prestigious, not as funny per se, and have a moment where he improvised. I was like, what was that moment? Well, I'm going to break that down for you guys. Believe it or not, Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange, didn't like how sterile Doctor Strange was, and the decision that Tom Holland makes at the very end of the film. Spoiler alerts, if you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home, I don't know why you'd be watching this video, but you should hop off like right now. But when it comes to Spider-Man No Way Home's ending, Tom Holland has to make the difficult decision that the only way to truly save the multiversal cracking and fracturing that is taking place is for everyone to forget who he is as Peter Parker. I mean everybody. That means MJ, Ned, well, I was going to say Aunt May, but spoiler alert, that wouldn't necessarily matter, but Happy and everyone else, Avengers. So Spider-Man's still known, but not Peter Parker. The original script had Doctor Strange understanding his decision and not thinking too much of it, because obviously he understands the implications of the multiversal ramifications, or he thinks he does. Seems like in Multiverse Madness, that might not be the case. But Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch decided, you know what, that's not a great way for Doctor Strange to do it. He has sympathy for the kid. That's how this whole thing started. He cared about the kid's situation. It brought like an emotional, like, hey, this is something that I understand. His whole life got messed up by this dude. I'm going to try to help him. And in the end, he added that moment. He said, I wasn't obviously going to say I love Tom Holland or Spider-Man. I wasn't going to hug him or give him a warm embrace, but I was going to backtrack with him to encourage him not to do what he's deciding to do, because he understood the ramifications. In that moment where he adds a layer of emotion, like, no, you don't have to do this, Tom, and Tom or Peter Parker decides to do it anyways, you can see that Doctor Strange cares about Tom Holland's Peter Parker a lot more than just being a superhero relationship, but as a friend relationship, maybe even as a mentor relationship. And that layer of love that he added was something really special. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And as I said, I was going to mention some of the Andrew Garfield things, but I figure that he did improvise and say I love you in that scene, and so I didn't feel like necessarily having to highlight that specifically, but improvisation is cool. We're glad to have it in this film. If you like what you see, you want to see more, you can like, subscribe, and turn notifications, because it does help us here at the channel as we try to fulfill your movie hunger on the regular. And to answer that question, who's your favorite Marvel hero in the Phase 5 of Marvel? Let us know in the comments below, and if you do so, we'll be sure to give you a like. As always guys, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, we will see you later.